Hello friends, my name is Bilal Khan and today I'm going to be talking about the Elastic IP address in the AWS, how you can attach it to the EC2 instance and how you can release it afterwards also. These are all the things that I'm going to be discussing in this video. So let's go to the screen. So as you can see here that I'm currently present in the dashboard of the AWS, and inside this dashboard this is the instance that is currently showing me. Currently there is no instance running. So what I will do, I will first of all create an instance for you, and once that instance is created, then afterwards I will work on the Elastic IP address. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to give it any name like server, and once it is done, let's click on this Ubuntu machine. After that, instance type is going to be micro because I'm not going to be modifying it. Let's go to the tutorial. This is the key pair. If you want to generate it, you can click on this here in order to generate the key pair. And after that, I'm going to be working on the, I'm not going to work on this network because this is already created, but one thing that I need to work on is the auto assign public IP. I need to enable it. So let's work on this enable. So there is no need for allowing the other HTTP or HTTPS. So let's enable this. And once this is done, it is 8 GB configuration data that will be the root volume. So yeah, not need to change it. So let's work on this. After that, launch an instance. So yeah, this is pretty much the instance that you need to basically launch it. So let's click on this. And once this instance is launched and running, then I will be able to create the Elastic IP. So let's refresh this. It will take me some time. As you can see here that it is running successfully. Now the thing that I need to do is to scroll down, and here you can see this is the Elastic IP address. So why do I need this Elastic IP address? First of all, let's take a look at this. Select this. And as you can see here, this is the public IP address that it has. So Elastic IP address is basically the reserved IP address that will be assigned to these EC2 instances, right? So these are the reserved IP addresses that the AWS will give it to you. And once they give it to you, you can assign it to the EC2 instance. So now the question arises that why do we even need this Elastic IP addresses or the static IP address? So basically we need it because when we stop this server, like let's say if I stop this server and again start it, then this IP address changes. So every time I stop this and every time I start it again, it changes this IP address for me. So as a result, let's say if we have the application running on this EC2 instances, then on this public IP address, your website will be running, right? So let's say your website is running on this IP address, but after stopping it, if you run this IP address again, then it will be changed. So as a result, your application won't be running in the another IP address. Instead, it will be fetching the data from this IP address that is not used, right? So this is the problem. Instead, what you need to do is to just take one IP address, and on that IP address you can run the application instead of just changing the IP address, because you don't need to change the IP address multiple times, and this is not suitable for your application because your application needs one IP address and you don't need to allocate the IP addresses multiple times. So this is a problematic thing for you. Even if the application stops for 1 or 2 minutes, this thing can be a huge difficulty for you. Let's say if you have a bigger application. So yeah, you don't need to change the IP address every time. Instead, what you need to do is to take the reserved IP address from the AWS that it will provide you and give it to this instance, and you don't need to change the IP address afterwards, and the application will be running on the same IP address instead of this public IP address because it is going to be changed. So yeah, I hope you understood this, that why it is going to be changed every time and why it is not suitable for you in order to run the application in it, right? Because it is going to be changed every time. So let's go to the Elastic IP address. So inside this Elastic IP address, what I will do, I will first of all create this, and once it is created, then I will allocate the EC2 instance to it. So let's wait for it. So currently, as you can see here, that there is no Elastic IP address that is present. So what do I need to do is to allocate the IP address. So first of all, let's take a look at this. This is the IP, this is the network border group, that is Mumbai AP South 1. Let's allocate this, right? So now, as you can see here, this is my allocated IPv address, and I need to change the name also if you want to. Let's say IP address like this, or my IP address. Let's say my IP address. This could be fine, right? You can name it anything that you want to. Once this Elastic IP address is created, now what I need to do is to associate it with the EC2 instance that I created. So let's go to the actions. Let's associate this Elastic IP address, and let's wait for this. As you can see here, that this is the page in which I will be associating it. So let's refresh this. Once it is refreshed, you can see that this is the a server EC2 instance that I have created. So let's click on this, and you can also give the private IP address if you want to, but I'm not going to give it. So let's click on this associate. So now you can see here that this IP address is given to this instance. So let's go to the, what you can say, the EC2 instance. Currently, first of all, let's take a look at this. 13.200.156. 13.200.156. So let's take a look at the EC2 instance, whether it has the IP address like this, 13.200.156.33. So this is the IP address that is currently allocated to it. And now if any person wants to stop this or start it again, this IP address will not be changed, and this IP address will be constant, and it won't be changed. This is good for the application if you want to run the application, and even if you stop the instance, or even if you stop the application for some time, this instance will still be present and the IP address will not be changed. So yeah, this is the purpose of it. And another thing that you also need to keep in mind is that this is the only AWS service, as I know, that basically it will charge you if you stop this Elastic IP address. If this instance is running, then it won't charge you. But if this Elastic IP address, let's take a look at this. If this Elastic IP address is stopped, and if this Elastic IP address is not used in any EC2 instance, then it will charge you the money, because you need to keep this Elastic IP address running. Otherwise, it will charge you even if you stop this. So yeah, this is the important point that you need to keep in mind. So make sure to release this, or make sure to delete this IP address if you don't want to use it. So now the step comes that how you can delete it. So currently, go to the action. First of all, let's select this, and once you select this, click on this. As you can see here, there is no deleting option. Now the thing that you need to do is to first of all disassociate this Elastic IP address from the EC2 instance. So now once it is disassociated, so let's wait for this. Now you can see here, this is disassociated. Now the next thing that you need to do is to release it. So now release the IP address. So release means it will be released from here and it won't be present here now. As you can see here, currently loading it. So let's wait for this. So it will take, as you can see here, the Elastic IP address found, no Elastic address is found here. So if I go to the instance, you will see that the IP address is changed now. 13.200.156, it is currently present. Now let's refresh this. Now if it is refreshed, you will see 13.127.153.179. This is another IP address that is changing every time. So this is the temporary one. All right, so let's terminate this also, because I'm not going to use it after that. So let's terminate this. Sorry. So now it will take me some time in order to get terminated. Once it is terminated, it will be gone away, right? So yeah, I hope you understood and liked this video. So if you liked it, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, then ask those questions in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer all of them. So till then, goodbye.